Hello, everyone. My name is Mirna, and on behalf of the Mindalia TV team, welcome to Mindalia live streaming, where thousands of people around the world gather daily to see the lectures and interviews organized by Mindalia TV. Today with us, Angel Rivo, CEO, consultant, TV host, international public speaker, and president of the Wisdom for Kids Foundation, is going to be talking with Mario Garza, a writer, producer, and director, and Sara Gamazo. She is also a writer, production designer, and a director. But before starting with them, we want to remind you that Mindalia's mission is to share information that can help raise the level of consciousness around the world. You can help us by subscribing to our channel, leaving us a positive comment on this video, or sharing it with someone that you know that is going to benefit of the content that we're going to be talking here today. Also, while live streaming, we're going to have the active chat, the screen you're going to see on my side or under the video in case that you're following us from a smartphone. Remember also that Mindalia wants you to collaborate with us with your own valuable content. For that, you can go to our website. On the top, you are going to find a link. It says Collaborate with Mindalia. That link takes you to a form that you can fill out for our technical team to be getting in contact with you. You can collaborate with Mindalia in English through Mindalia TV English, but you can also do it in Spanish through Mindalia Televisión and in Portuguese through Mindalia Televisao. Please visit our different platforms and channels. Visit our Facebook pages and Instagram accounts. Subscribe, follow, because with that, you are not only helping us reach as much people in the planet as possible, helping us accomplish our mission, but you also keep yourself updated with the wonderful information that we share there on a daily basis. I'm not going to delay this any further, and I have now the great pleasure of leaving the screen to Angel, Sara, and Mario. Guys, welcome to Mindalia live streaming. The screen is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mirna, for the introduction, and welcome to Mindalia TV. We have Mario and Sara. Welcome. How are you today?
Good. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Slam. Slam is the first thing that comes to my mind. Why is that?
Slam? I don't know why.
We're international.
Look at the sign you have behind you.
Oh, right.
It's such a powerful sign. It's such a powerful sign that it came to ours and our audience. So we're really blessed to have both of you here today. So maybe the first thing is that we are here today for a reason, and it's a very, very, very powerful reason, which is that you are actually, working diligently towards, creating something which is extremely special. Could you share that with our audience, please?
Yes. So Sara and I are working on our first feature film called Censored Love. We've been working on the feature for about 2 years, and now we've been on Kickstarter, which is a crowdfunding platform, for how many days?
Almost a month now.
Almost a month now. We have one more day on the platform, and the goal for the Kickstarter campaign is to raise $80,000. If you don't raise the whole amount, you don't get any of the money you've raised so far. So far, we've raised almost $70,000, which is, a lot of money for a first film. So we're really excited. We're a little tired.
Wow.
We're also excited.
Why would you say we've raised so much money? It's incredible. Why?
I think it's because, we moved from our countries 11 years ago, and we've been moving from different cities to work and study. And I think throughout those years, we've been meeting a lot of people, friends, co-workers. So I guess the
people that's behind us is more an international base. Like, for example, if we were based in Spain or we were based in Mexico, I don't think we would have had the same impact. Mostly because these kind of platforms are not very popular in these places. They are, but for smaller amounts. If you're looking to raise $5,000, $10,000, that's already like a very big number. But when you're looking to raise a bigger amount, I think the US is kind of the place that you have to be.
And I also want to mention that we have like a big team that is working along our side throughout these last 4 months. So the bigger your team is, the more chances you have to achieve the goal.
Yeah.
So what's behind it? What's the story? What are you telling at the Censored Love feature film?
You want to tell me? Well, Censored Love, it's a story about a radio host. It's 2 stories in one, basically. The first story, it's about a radio host that's trying to save his father's program. His father was like a very big radio host in Pamplona, which is in the north of Spain, where the running of the bulls. he's trying to save his father's show, because his father just passed away and he's had the show for a really long time. So he finds this list of censored songs from the 60s, which it was like a reality in Spain in Franco's dictatorship. He used to censor like anything he would find. He was basically the radio DJ. He would play whatever he wanted. So he finds this list, he plays it on the radio, and one of those songs becomes a hit. So he needs to find the singer in order to save the show. And that's where we go to the second story, which is 50 years back in the 60s.
In the 69, we tell the story of Salome, that is the singer of this song. And we like show how this singer starts a relationship, a love relation with her best friend, a girl. So it's kind of something that it was also censored at that time.
And the song originated from that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you have to watch it to see what happens.
Where are you originally from? Because you mentioned you're both from outside the States. Where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
And I'm from Spain.
Okay. So how did you, number one, how did you guys get together? And how did you start thinking about this? What was the origin of everything?
We met around 8 years ago or so in Miami when we were studying there. And we started like making more like music videos, short films, and all of these kind of short format
commercials.
Yeah. And like a couple of years ago, we were like, if we want to continue with this, we need to take it to the next level. So we decided to start making our first movie. And from there, we went to Spain and we came up with this idea.
Yeah, we went to, the story was born in her hometown, which is 20 minutes away from Pamplona. It's a really, really beautiful town called Obanos. And I think once I went and visited, we both thought that would be a great idea to shoot. Because normally when you're shooting your first feature, you have to know your limits, right? You can't say, hey, I'm going to shoot this amazing film with 20 explosions and I'm going to have 25 actors and stunts. And so we actually read a book that talked about how to make your first feature for really, really a low amount of money. And one of the main rules that stick with Sarah and myself was
use what you
have. So we have her town because it's very small and a lot of people there supporting us. So we're like, okay, let's just make something in your town, in the houses that the people live in the beautiful like valley. That's, it's great. So that's how everything started, and then it turned into something a little bit bigger than we expected, and now we're just in the ball rolling. So we can't really stop right now.
Beautiful. Well, these plays that they're talking about right now, I happen to be lucky enough to know a little bit the area, and it's a beautiful place. It's charged with history. Lots of very important things in the history of the country of Spain have happened in that area. So it's really a beautiful place, but also charged with a lot of stories. So I can't wait to see the finished, feature movie, really. So you have already, there's a trailer out there. So actually people can already get the flair of what the movie is going to be like. Where can the audience go to see and to understand and to feel a little bit of the movie before it's being shot?
Yeah, I think right now people can go to censoredlovefilm.com. That's where everyone can get the information. I'll say it again. It's censoredlovefilm.com. We also, if you look for that on Facebook, on Twitter, or Instagram, it's the same handle. That's where you can see more of the story. Who are the actors that we want to bring onto the movie? The proof of concept trailer that we put together with images from different movies, just to like give that sense. Because right now in this era where everyone just watches millions of videos, we just wanted to make something short so people can see it and be like, oh, okay, this is great, this is beautiful, I want to help. So that's where everyone can see, all the journey because we've been documenting all of this on our social media for the past 3 months. So they can see everything, since before we started the crowdfunding until now, where we're about to end. Like, you could see our eye bags are probably bigger now than when we started. But yeah, it's been great. That's where everyone can go and like see the journey. And if people want to make a crowdfunding, because a lot of people wonder, you know, they're like, oh, we want to make a crowdfunding, but we're scared, we don't know how to do it. Please help us or show us. Like, they can just go to the website and they can see, because it's a lot of hard work. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, I want to raise $100,000 tomorrow. Let me go on Kickstarter and put my name and 3 lines, because then you're not going to raise anything. It's a lot of time. The more time and the more people supporting you, the more money you make.
How many people would you say they are supporting you right now online?
Well, we already passed 500 backers. That means that already 520, I think, people already donated to the website of Kickstarter campaign. A part of that, we have so many friends. I want to say more like 1,000 people is already following us and sharing and helping us make this.
I mean, between the social medias, I would say like 3,000 people between our social media, and then our team, it's like 18 people, and everyone has like, you know, 1,000 friends on Facebook. So if you do the math, probably it's like 20,000 people that at least knows about the campaign. Mm-hmm. One thing is, you know, to see if they donated or they haven't, but yeah.
So what would you say, because here in Mindalia, we're all about helping people, about, you know, inspiring people, about motivating people. And I think your story is extremely powerful, extremely powerful. So, you know, we tend to think, and I mean, just coincidentally, just this week, we on Mindalia, we are covering the Dallas International Film Festival. And there's a lot, you know, so we are surrounded by people in the movie industry, where people with very interesting stories, people from the Latino world also that have already like shot and produced and already launched their movies. Right. So what would you say? What would be those like top 3 things that you would advise young people, or maybe not even young people, not so young people, that they still want to communicate a very strong message, that the message you're trying to convey with Censored Love? What would be like, let's say, 3 pieces of advice you would like to share with the people that they don't know what to do, they have this talent, and they don't know, and they're afraid. Fear is, I think, unfortunately, it's a place that people are starting from, right? Fear. How can we overcome that fear? What will be those 3 pieces of advice, Sarah?
The tagline of our movie is actually, life is too short to ignore who you are. That means that if you really have this feeling that you have to make something, that you are good at something, you should just go ahead and do it no matter what. Don't wait for other person to ask you to do it. Don't wait for make it for somebody else. That's something that we usually do. We always work for somebody else instead of for ourselves. And just put all your time on it and passion, because the more you think, the less you will do. Basically, yes. You just have to act. You just have to do it. And sorry for my expression, but like I will say, fuck it, just do it. And no matter what, it may be the worst thing that you don't ever, but at least you win that experience. Yeah. And from there, you will keep racing, like going up, and you will learn from there.
And I think there's also a misunderstanding in the film industry that like, there's a lot of stigma. Like, oh yeah, I have a great script. Well, there's different ones. One is like, oh yeah, I have a full script, I wrote it, and now someone's gonna come and give me $10 million and we're gonna make it. Like, that's something that a lot of people, at least here in LA, it's their mentality. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, I've had it for 10 years. I'm just waiting for the right people. And it's like, you're gonna die if you wait, you know, because like, you're never really gonna do it. You're just gonna wait for 40 years, for 50 years to someone come and miracle. Say, yeah. So, I mean, that happens. Those stories have happened before, you know, where like, oh, you have a manager. We don't have anything, you know. We come from the advertising world. We don't have a manager. We don't have talent that, you know, has been helping us. We brought in a producer that's been really helpful. But I think it's like Sarah's saying, it's like you just have to, if you don't make it, nobody will make the movie for you. Like, nobody. So you have to think, what do you have? What resources do you have, right? Like, for example, oh, I only have $5,000. It's okay. You can make a movie for $5,000, grab your iPhone, grab 2 friends, and shoot in just one location and do a movie. That's one way to do it. Another way that people always say is like, oh, I need to contact all these people in the film industry without even having a script, which is something that I started doing before. I was like, oh, let me get in touch with producers, talent managers, just to talk to them about it because I have an idea. But the reality is that like everyone has ideas, but just a few people have a script, and only one or two have like a really good one in their hands. So I think that's one of the first things you have to do is write a script, have it, like physically have a script. And once you have that script, and once you like it, and once you show it to people, once you already did coverage, because you can do coverage so people can give you feedback. Once you've done all of that, then say, okay, now what I need to do to make it. That would be my advice.
And I want to say that even though we love to rush and we don't want to spend like 10 years making this movie, at the same time, you have to be patient and you have to read throughout the script like 1,000 times to make sure that it's right. Because we've been watching a lot of independent movies that they just wanted to make it. And then it's like, if you would have spent 6 more months, 6 additional months on it, probably would be better.
Yeah.
But that's the feeling of rushing versus waiting a little bit. Like
I mean, you get excited when you write it the first time. You're like, yes, it's done. Yeah. I'm going to do it. And then you show it to people and it's like, this is horrible. And you're like, okay, then let me do it again. So, for example, in our case, I developed the script at the UCLA Screenwriting School for 1.5 years. And just to give you an idea, right now we're rewriting our 25th draft. So, like, it never ends. Like you could, that's also a bad thing in a way, because there's even movies about this where like you can be in your 100 drafts and say, it's not ready. I need more time. Like, I think
it's the balance.
I think the rule is if you've been working more than a year on a script, you have to like either let it go or start making it. If it's less than a year, like you still have time. If it's more than a year, like, and you haven't done anything else, then you need to move on, because otherwise it's all in your head, and then you just keep doing it and say, no, I need more time, and then you start making it worse. So there's also a balance that you have to understand as a writer. And also, another thing is like, don't really listen to a lot of people, because a lot of people that don't work in the industry, like, I'm not going to say names, it's like, oh, why don't you just go to Netflix? Just go and sell it.
Why don't you just call Cuarón?
Call Cuarón and like, you're from Mexico, call Cuarón. He's going to help you. No, nobody's going to help you. And which is, sad, but that's just how it is in every business or where you start in the beginning. It's you on your own versus the world. And, for all the people that's like, yeah, why don't you go to Netflix? Why don't you go to Amazon? If we had the right contact, yes, we would. But to get to the right person at Netflix, like, I want to give a background on this because people don't know. In Netflix and Amazon, there's a person that's called the acquisitions person, right? And the acquisitions person is the one that says, oh, you've shot Censored Love. It's a beautiful film. I've seen it. Here's $5 million. We're going to put it on Netflix. Okay, great. Then you've made it. But for you to get there, you first have to make the film, because they don't pay for the film before.
Yeah, right now there is only few films that they will buy when they are scripts
with big directors and big actors, which we're not. So for people like us, it's either you make it on your own, and then if you happen to put it on festivals, perhaps you meet the person that buys the film, and hopefully he likes it, and then you make it. But it's a misconception that it gets us a little upset when there's just people like, oh, just go to Netflix. Like, everyone's on Netflix, and it's like, well, we're not. It's not as easy. And so that's how, you have to understand.
Wonderful. Okay, so you are only $10,000, a little bit more of $10,000 away from your goal. Yeah. How many hours? How many hours left?
I think there is 20. I haven't looked at it.
Probably like 36. We can 36. Tell you.
Okay, wonderful. So what do people need to do besides chipping in, besides giving you money? So what else can people do? The ones that are going to be watching this interview, Mindalia is a pretty strong brand out there. So what can we do to help you? What can people do to help you?
There's 2 things. You want to? 2 things. 1, donating. 2, sharing.
Yeah. Okay. And what is that message that you would like to convey? What's that thing? What's that piece of copywriting that our audience can use today? So it's going to be, wow, when people see that message, it's going to say, yes, I want to invest. I want to donate.
For me, will be believe in yourself. believe what you are, and you have to accept who you are, and just go ahead and do whatever it comes from your heart.
Right. It's also a lot of people that we've talked to, they always say that when they talk to us and when they see what we're doing, there's a lot of passion behind it. So people like passion, people who like are passionate about stuff. So I think that's the message, if they can donate any share saying, hey, this is an amazing project, like there's a lot of passion behind this project, and it can actually happen, and you can actually be a part of a film. Because like, think about it, when are you going to be part of a film? It's hard.
You can even see your name in the credits. That will be super cool.
So like, it's small things like that, like, oh my god, I can be part of the credits. Or just saying, hey, when Mario and Sarah were starting, I helped them. I was part of that film. That it's a film about the radio. Like, when was the last time that you saw a film about the radio? A long time. When was the last time that you saw a movie about two women falling in love, but the movie is not about their romance? It's about dreams, just like any other. So I think those are, different types of copywriting that people can say, hey, this is what, because a lot of people is like, oh, I can't support you right now. You can by sharing. Like, it's not just about the money. So yeah, we have 36 hours left. We're at 70. We just saw we're at $70,004 right now. So that means we have I don't know, 99,000 something.
So what are you personally going to do? What are you personally going to do in the remaining 36 hours?
Keep working.
Don't sleep.
Yeah, we are like literally stalking every single contact that we have in our Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, email,
Instagram,
everything.
It's crowdfunding is just mass media. Like, we're just reaching out to people. Like, every day we reach out to 1,000 people.
It's incredible because even though we've been doing it for a month, a lot of people still, they don't know what we've been doing. So that's why we have to be persistent and be on top of everybody, because we don't want to miss a person that might say at the end, oh, I didn't know about it, but I wanted to help.
Exactly.
So we need to be there showing to the world what we're doing.
Exactly. And let me share my personal experience. How did Mindalia got involved? How did Angel Rivo got involved, and Mirna? So actually, I mean, it was just a coincidence. So I happened to have worked in the same company as Mario's Mario's father here, and we worked for a while in the same company, and I had no idea that this was going on, and he reached out to me on social media. We had been friends for a while, and he told me about this, and just the next thing I knew, he was already sharing messages with me and with all the different outlets we have many different outlets out there with 50,000 people following us. Yeah. And at Mindalia we have millions. So, and I was completely thrilled. And let me share something with you. In the beginning, when we as personal individuals, we go out there and we go to social media, we are afraid of sharing. We are afraid of sharing. We don't want to share. What is people going to think about me if I share this message? So you know what? The most important thing is, we are helping Sarah, we are helping Mario. They're doing something amazing, which is incredible, which is already raising $70,000, which is incredible. I'm surrounded by people that are looking for funding for their movies. Literally, I know a lot of people, and I don't know anybody that has done this that you have done today. So, in the name of Mindalia and in my own name, really, I congratulate you. Thank you. I thank you for doing what you do. And whatever we can do to support you, we will be sharing this for the next 36 hours for sure. And then moving forward, whatever you need in the future, we'll be here for you. It's a great story. You are a great story. You are a great story, and the movie is also going to be a great story. So, thank you for being with us. Last thing again, please tell us again, how can we support you? Where can we go online to support you?
You can go to the website censoredlovefilm.com. You say it again in writing.
Censoredlovefilm.com. Or you can just look for Censored Love Film on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you'll see everything from videos of us, from the journey, from the campaign, from the crew, from the actors, Yeah, everything. Since we started with $1 on Kickstarter now to 70,000. We're getting there, but we still need support, and we still have 36 hours, which it seems like it's not a lot of time, but it's time.
And any amount helps.
Yes.
Any amount helps.
Yes, that's something. We have a lot of benefits on Kickstarter for people that doesn't know. It's like, oh, I donated, but then what do I get in return? There's a lot of things you can get. If you donate 20, 40, I think 100, 200 or more, you get different perks from really, really cool stuff. Or if you just want to donate, you can also do it. If you just want to do $1, that's fine. Like, there's really no restrictions on what you can do to help.
Awesome. Again, thank you very much, Sarah. All the best for you. Thank you very much, Mario. We wish you the best. Really, thank you for being with Mindalia TV today. And again, this is Angel Ribo with Mindalia TV. Thank you very much for being with us today. What an amazing story. Make sure that you are out there. Get out of fear and share. Just share. This is a great story. They are a great story. I hope that you have enjoyed our conversation as much as we have, and hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.